Hi students, welcome to the next session. In today's session, we are going to discuss next chapter in first PUC. Chapter name is straight lines. So before giving the introduction of straight lines chapter, first you need to learn some basics in coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry concept is already there in your SSLC. That's why once again I will recall the coordinate geometry concept. After that I will start the straight lines basics. In this first formula is distance between two points. The first one is distance between two points. How to find the distance between two points? Here one point is there, capital A, x1 comma y1. So this x1 comma y1 are nothing but coordinates of the point capital A. Here one more point is there, that is capital B, x2 comma y2. We need to find the distance between these 2 points A and B. So the formula for distance between AB is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is the formula for distance between 2 points. Next one is section formula. Next one is section formula. So when we are using this concept section formula, see here I took 2 points, capital A and capital B, and the coordinates of point A is x1 comma y1 and coordinates of point B is x2 comma y2. On the same line there is one more point, that is P. This is x comma y. This P divides AB in the ratio m is to n internally. Why I am using the word internally? Because the point P lies between A and B. So here P divides AB in the ratio m is to n. Then how to find P? Px comma y is equal to, the formula for finding P is mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, comma my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. So this is formula we are using to find P. So this is section formula. But this section formula is we are using only for internal division. So how to find the formula for external division? What is meant by external division? See, listen, if you take the points and this is A and this is B, but here the point P lies outside. But here the point P lies between A and B. But here the point P does not lies between A and B. That's why here P is called interior point. Here P is called exterior point. Okay. Now here P divides AB in the ratio m is to n. That is nothing but this total distance can be taken as m and this distance taken as n. The P point is x comma y and capital A is x1 comma y1 and capital B is x2 comma y2. Now how to find the coordinates of a point P? Now Px comma y is equal to mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n. Similarly, my2 minus ny1 by m minus n. So, we have two formulas. If P divides AB internally, plus will come. If P divides AB externally, minus 1 will come. This is section formula. Next, I am going to discuss midpoint. How to find midpoint of A and B? Simple. This is AB. The coordinates of A x1 y1 and coordinates of B x2 y2. Here P is a point and P is the midpoint of A and B. Midpoint means it divides in the ratio 1:1. Means in place of m you substitute 1, in place of n you substitute 1, substitute m value, n value in this formula, you will get midpoint formula. Now midpoint P equals to, the formula is x1 plus x2 by 2 y1 plus y2 by 2. This is the formula for finding midpoint of capital A and capital B. So this is midpoint formula. Next, what is meant by points of trisection? What is meant by points of trisection? See here, AB, on the same line AB I am taking the points okay. First I am taking P point. P divides AB in the ratio 2:1. Similarly, on the same line AB, I took one more point, that is Q. Q divides AB in the ratio 1:2. Here P divides AB in the ratio 2:1. Here Q divides AB in the ratio 1:2. Therefore, this P comma Q are called points of, why points? Because how many points are there here? P is a point as well as Q is a point. P divides AB in which ratio? 2:1. Q divides AB in which ratio? 1:2. This P and Q are called points of trisection, where P and Q are called points of trisection. Next, the definition is area of triangle when the vertices are given. How to find the formula for area of triangle when the vertices are given? Now, if capital A is x1 comma y1 and capital B is x2 comma y2, capital C is x3 comma y3. So these are the vertices of a triangle. Then how to find area? Then area is equal to half modulus. Why modulus? Area is always positive. That's why we need to take modulus symbol. Half modulus of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. This is the formula for area of triangle. This formula we are writing in another method. Area equals to half modulus of, first value is what? x1, next value x2, next value x3, and starting what is the value you take, ending also you take the same. Similarly, second value y1, second value y2, third value y3, and first what you take the same thing. After that, how to find? You multiply these two, cross multiplication, minus these two. Again these two multiply, minus these two. Multiply these two, minus these two. This is also formula for area of triangle. It is easy to find the area compared to the above formula. Means here what we got? x1 y2 minus y1 x2, x2 y3 minus y2 x3, plus x3 y1 minus y3 x1. You multiply these two, minus these two, plus these two, minus these two, plus these two, minus these two. This is also one formula for finding area of triangle. Okay, so these are the concepts required in coordinate geometry. Okay, now I will start the concepts of straight lines. Okay, what is meant by straight line, what is meant by slope, how to find slope of a straight line, and what are the different forms of straight line. Okay, these all I will explain in this chapter. Okay, first we will discuss what is meant by a straight line. Straight line having so many definitions. I will explain one by one here. Okay, so first, what is meant by straight line? So the first definition of straight line is the shortest distance between the shortest distance between two points is called the shortest distance between 2 points is called a straight line. The shortest distance between 2 points is called a straight line. Next, what is the one more definition? If you take a curve like this, on this curve you take 2 points A and B. So here A and B are 2 points on the curve. Now join these two. It is a line segment. Okay. Now all points on this AB lies on a curve or not? This point is lies on a curve? No. 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 That's why this cannot be considered as a straight line. Finally, straight line means if you take 2 points on the curve, join these 2 points. Now, what are the points on this curve? Each and every point it should be lies on the curve, then only it is called a straight line. Once again listen, if you take 2 points on the curve, join these 2 points, What are the points on this straight line? Each and every point it should be lies on the same curve. Then only it is called a straight line. See, here I took a diagram. On this I took 2 points AB. Join these 2 points AB. I took some points on this AB. But these points does not lie on the curve. Therefore, this can't be taken as a straight line. Okay, if you take the curve like this, 2 points, now you take the set of points on this curve, but each and every point should be lies on the same curve. That's why it can be considered as a straight line. It is nothing but the shortest distance between 2 points is called a straight line. Now, what is the form of a straight line? Now, the general form of a straight line is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. What about ABC? Where a comma b comma c are real numbers, or we can say constants. A straight line is in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Here, if a value 0, yes, it is a straight line. If b value 0, yes, it is a straight line. If a and b both are 0, it is not a straight line. Why? Because if a and b both are becomes 0, then x term should be eliminated and y term is eliminated. Only constant is remains. This constant cannot be considered as a Cartesian equation. That's why either a value 0 or b value 0. But if a and b both are 0, that cannot be considered as a equation of straight line. So this is the general form of a straight line. In next concept, how to find slope. What is meant by slope of a straight line? Before explaining the definition of slope, first you need to take a coordinate axis, x axis and y axis. It is a straight line. This line makes an angle. This line L makes an angle theta with the positive x axis and measured in which direction? Anti-clockwise direction. A straight line which makes an angle theta with positive x axis measured in anti-clockwise direction. Now that theta is called inclination. Where theta is called inclination. If theta is called inclination, then tan theta is called slope. Tan theta is called slope. One more name is there for this slope, that is called gradient. Once again, listen, a line, it makes an angle theta with positive x axis measured in anti-clockwise direction. That theta is called inclination. Tan theta is called slope. It is also called as gradient. This slope is denoted by the letter small m. Then finally, we can write the formula for slope is m is equal to tan theta is a formula for slope of a straight line. Now this makes angle theta means what about the remaining angle? The remaining angle is 180 minus theta. Why? Because this total angle can be considered as a straight angle. Straight angle means is how much? 180 degrees. in 180 degrees, some portion already you took, that is theta, then the remaining portion can be 180 minus theta. So this is the formula for slope of a straight line. If you want to find a slope, first we need to find the inclination. That inclination is compulsory, is in the direction of counterclockwise direction, or it is also called as anti-clockwise direction. Next, how to find slope joining 2 points. Slope of line joining 2 points. Slope of line joining 2 points. Already we discussed it. Slope, if you know the inclination. In this video, we are discussing slope of a line joining 2 points. First, you need to take the coordinate axis. This is x-axis and this is y-axis, and this is origin. Okay, now this is a straight line. I took the line passes through the origin. It is a straight line, passes through the origin. On the line, I am taking 2 points. First point is capital A, next point is capital B. A and B are 2 points on a straight line. Now the coordinates of A is x1, comma y. That is nothing but this horizontal distance can be considered as x1. The vertical distance can be considered as y. Similarly, I am taking the coordinates of a point B, that is x2, comma y2. Again you draw a perpendicular from B, that is D. Now the horizontal distance can be considered as x2 and the vertical distance can be considered as y2. From A, draw a line which is perpendicular to BD, that is point P. Now the straight line makes an angle theta with x-axis. Here this line makes angle theta with x-axis means angle formed at A also theta, because both are lies on the same line. Now this total is y2 and this is y1. That's why the remaining portion is y2 minus y1. Similarly, this total distance is x2 and this is x1, then the remaining distance is x2 minus x1. Once again listen, this total distance is y2 and this distance is y1 and the remaining distance is y2 minus y1. Similarly, this total distance is x2 and this is x1, the remaining distance is x2 minus x1. If it is x2 minus x1, it is also x2 minus x1 because both are the same length. Now you observe, it is a right angle triangle. From triangle BAP, I am applying tan theta. Tan theta formula you already we know in trigonometry, that is opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side is nothing but PB and adjacent side is nothing but PA. But already in previous definition we discussed tan theta is called slope. Slope is denoted by small m and PB is how much? y2 minus y1. And PA is how much? x2 minus x1. So finally we got formula for slope of a line joining 2 points, m equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, means the difference between the y coordinates by and the difference between the x coordinates. So this is formula for slope. So finally we got two formulas for slope. If you know theta, slope formula is tan theta. If you know 2 points, and slope formula is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Next, third one also slope of a line. How to find slope of a straight line? If the equation of line is ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So this is the general form of straight line. Then how to find slope? The formula for slope is minus of coefficient of x by coefficient of y. What is coefficient of x here? A. What is coefficient of y? B. Slope is denoted with m. Then formula for slope is minus a by b. Means finally we have three formulas for slope. If theta is given, tan theta. If 2 points are given, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. If a straight line is given, then the formula is minus a by b. So this is the concept of slopes. Next, we are defining the definition. If the lines are parallel, what is the condition for slopes? Okay, condition for parallel lines. Condition for parallel lines. See, listen. First, take the coordinate axis and again you take two parallel lines. It is the first line, it is the second line. These two are which type of lines? Parallel lines. The first line is L1 and the second line is L2. L1 makes an angle theta 1 with x axis in anti-clockwise direction. L2 makes an angle theta 2 with x axis in anti-clockwise direction. Now, slope of L1, that is m1, is equal to tan theta 1. Next, slope of L2, it is denoted by m2, that equals to tan theta 2. Why? Because if theta is angle inclination, then formula for slope is tan theta. But here angle is theta 1, slope is tan theta 1. Here angle is theta 2, slope is tan theta 2. We know that theta 1 is equal to theta 2. Why theta 1 equals to theta 2? Here theta 1 and theta 2 are the angles made by x axis and with respect to the which lines? Parallel lines. If two parallel lines makes same angle with x axis. That's why what is angle made by the line L1 and what is the angle made by the line L2? Both angles are equal. Why? Because these two are which type of lines? Parallel lines. Now theta 1 is equal to theta 2. If theta 1 equals to theta 2, then I can write tan theta 1 is equal to tan theta 2. Tan theta 1 is nothing but slope of the first line m1. Tan theta 2 is nothing but slope of the second line m2. So finally we got one condition. If the lines are parallel, slopes are equal. Understood? If the lines are parallel, slopes are equal. So this is the condition for two parallel lines. Similarly, we will discuss condition for two perpendicular lines. Already we discussed the condition for parallel lines, slopes are equal, and later we will discuss the condition for perpendicular lines. If two lines are perpendicular, then what is the condition in terms of slopes? Okay, now I am taking the perpendicular lines. Condition for perpendicular lines. What is the condition for perpendicular lines? So listen. First I am taking the coordinate axis, x axis and y axis, and this is origin. This is the first line and this is the second line. The angle between these two lines is how much? 90 degrees. Okay. Now the first line makes angle theta 1 and the second line makes angle theta 2. This is L1 and this is L2. Here theta 1 is the angle made by the straight line L1 and theta 2 is the angle made by the straight line L2. Here one important point, both angles are measured in counterclockwise direction, or it is also called as anti-clockwise direction, and this angle is very clear, that is 90. Now I am finding slope of L1, that is nothing but m1. Already angle is theta 1, that's why it should be right theta 1. And next, slope of the second line L2, it is denoted by m2 and this is tan theta 2. We know one concept. Okay, these are the which angles? Interior angles, and this is what? Exterior angle. Sum of two interior angles is equal to the opposite exterior angle. Once again, sum of two interior angles is equal to the opposite of this exterior angle. Here, what are the interior angles? Theta 1 and 90, means theta 1 plus 90 is equal to theta 2. Apply tan on both sides. Tan 90 plus theta 1 is equal to tan theta 2. Tan 90 plus theta, that is nothing but minus cot theta. Tan 90 plus theta. Why? Because 90 plus is second quadrant. Second quadrant tan is negative. For 90 function will change. Tan is changed to cot. That equals to tan theta 2. Again this cot can be written as 1 by tan. That's why minus 1 by tan theta 1 is equal to tan theta 2. In place of tan theta 1, I can substitute m1. In place of tan theta 2, I can substitute m2. Now, minus 1 by m1 is equal to m2. If you cross multiply, then we got the condition, that is m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. Means the condition for two perpendicular lines is the product of two slopes is nothing but minus 1. From this, what I can write? The slope of one line is equal to the negative of the reciprocal of the other line slope. For example, so these are the perpendicular lines. This line slope is 3 by 2. What about slope of this line? First you put the symbol minus and take the reciprocal of this, minus 2 by 2. For example, the slope is minus 3 by 2. Here symbol minus is there, you take plus and the reciprocal of 3 by 2, that is nothing but 2 by 3. So finally, the condition for two perpendicular lines is nothing but the product of two slopes is minus 1. So finally, what is condition for parallel lines? If the lines are parallel, slopes are equal. What is the condition for perpendicular lines? The product of two slopes is equal to minus 1. Next, we will discuss how to find angle between two lines. It is very important question for 5 marks. So actually in this we need to find the angle between two lines, and as well as they will give one attached problem based on this formula. Okay, now we will discuss how to find angle between two straight lines. First of all, take the coordinate axis, x-axis and y-axis, and this is origin. So first I am taking a straight line. This straight line name is L1. It makes an angle theta 1 with positive x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. Now I am taking the one more line, that is L2. L2 makes an angle theta 2 with positive x-axis measured in anti-clockwise direction, and the angle between these two lines is theta. First listen, a straight line L1, it makes angle theta 1 with x-axis. A straight line L2, it makes an angle theta 2 with x-axis, and theta is the angle between two lines. Okay, a line L1 makes an angle theta 1 with positive x-axis. Already we know if theta is angle, slope is nothing but tan theta. That's why we can write m1 slope, that is nothing but tan theta. Next, second line, a line L2 makes an angle theta 2 with positive x-axis. Then the slope of this line m2, the slope of this line m2 is equal to tan theta 2. So finally we know m1 and m2. And one more I took, let theta is the angle between L1 and L2. Okay, here I took that angle is acute angle. We know that sum of two interior angles is equal to opposite exterior angle. That is nothing but these two are the interior angles and this is the exterior angle. That is nothing but theta 2 plus theta, that is equal to exterior angle theta. That implies we can write theta is equal to theta 1, the plus theta 2 come to this side, minus theta 2. Now apply tan on both sides. That implies tan theta 1 is equal to tan of theta 1 minus theta 2. That implies tan theta is equal to, it is in the form of tan of A minus B. The formula tan A, this is A, this is B, minus tan B. In trigonometry already we got this formula, by 1 plus tan A, tan B. That's why tan theta equals to, tan theta 1 is nothing but m1, tan theta 2 is nothing but m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. This is the formula for angle between two straight lines. Children, here you observe one thing, here I took the angle is acute angle. Suppose if I take the angle like this, that is called obtuse angle. In that case, minus will come. That's why instead of avoiding this problem, I can take modulus for the final answer. Therefore, tan theta is equal to modulus of m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1, m2. This is formula for angle between two lines where m1 is slope of the first line and m2 is slope of the second line. This is very, very important for 5 marks in PU. Attached one problem also given. I will explain the problem. Okay, listen. We'll discuss one problem based on angle between two lines. See, the question is given. If the angle between two lines is pi by 4, that is nothing but theta is given. And slope of one line is given, we need to find the slope of other line. Slope of one line means I am taking the slope of first line is given. First line slope is nothing but m1, that is 1 by 2. We need to find the slope of other line, that is m2. Let slope of other line is equal to I to m. So therefore, angle between two lines is tan theta is equal to modulus of m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. This is the formula for angle between two lines. Theta is given pi by 4, substitute tan pi by 4 is equal to modulus of m1 is nothing but 1 by 2, m2 is nothing but m plus 1 plus 1 by 2 into m. But tan 45 is nothing but 1. If you take LCM, 1 minus 2m by 2 by 2 plus m by 2. Now 2 gets cancelled. Now finally what you got? Modulus of 1 minus 2m by 2 plus m is equal to 1. If you remove modulus, plus or minus will come. Okay, that's why 1 minus 2m by 2 plus m is equal to plus or minus 1. If you remove the modulus symbol, right side plus or minus will come. First I will take plus 1, you will get one value. Next you take minus 1, you will get another value. Okay, if 1 minus 2m by 2 plus m is equal to plus 1. Cross multiply, 1 minus 2m is equal to 2 plus m. Now minus 2m, this plus m come to this side, minus m, that is equal to, this plus 1 go to that side, minus 1. Now minus 3m is equal to 1, then m is equal to minus 1 by 3. Similarly, next you take minus 1. If 1 minus 2m by 2 plus m is equal to minus 1. Again cross multiply here, 1 minus 2m is equal to 2 into minus 1 minus 2, m into minus 1 minus m. Now minus 2m, this minus m come to this side, it becomes plus m, minus 2, this plus 1 go to that side, minus 1. Then m minus 2m, that is nothing but minus m, minus 2 minus 1, that is nothing but minus 3, minus minus cancel, then finally we got m equals to 3. So finally we got two values of m. Why? Because if you take plus, you will get one value. If you take minus, you will get another value. Okay, we will continue in the next session. Thank you.